T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Roger, we got a roll program.
Tower cleared.
Roger, roll. Complete and efficient program. One Bravo. Apollo 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute.
Shutdown right on time.
1.4 by 103.6. Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6. Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are confirmed to go for orbit. Roger. Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are go for TLI, over. Apollo 11, thank you. Roger out. Ignition. We confirm ignition and the thrust is go. Apollo 11, this is Houston at 1 minute. Trajectory and guidance look good, and the stage is good. Over. Apollo 11, Roger.
35,000 feet per second. Cut off. Going velocity 35,570 feet per second. Altitude 177 nautical miles.
Houston, Apollo 11, that in gave us a magnificent ride. Roger, 11, we'll pass that on, and it certainly looks like you're well on your way now.
That was Neil Armstrong praising the launch vehicle.
We have no complaints with any of the 3 stages on that ride. It was beautiful. Roger, we copy. No transient at staging.
Go. What is going on, my friends? It is 7:49 p.m. here in Florida, and I will be hanging out with you guys for probably an hour and a half. We shall see, but I got my trusty cup of coffee right here, as I always do. Just plopped down, started the stream, hanging out with you guys. I hope you had a fantastic weekend, man. It is Monday after all. We're starting a whole new round of days. And I hope you had some fun times over the weekend. Played some video games, watched some movies, did whatever you wanted to do. Welcome one and all. The topic for today's stream is who's your favorite Star Wars character. I've been doing different topics for different streams, and I kind of like it. It helps the flow, topics of conversation with Star Wars. So, welcome one and all. We had a bunch of super chats come in before the stream even technically began. Carter, Vince, Caleb, Gary, A3, Vince, and Bick. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel before the stream even technically began. But I appreciate the ever-living hell out of that, guys. And I appreciate the patience, because you guys know that I am one long-winded son of a bitch. So Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the first super chat channel support. Have you seen the Danny Boyle film Sunshine? Absolutely. It is one of the most beautiful science fiction movies I've ever seen. If you guys haven't seen Sunshine, it's worth watching. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll say that I like maybe 3/4 of the movie a lot. And it has one of the just best soundtracks you will hear that builds tension in a sci-fi movie. It's fantastic. I like the premise of it. I like the characters all really mesh together well. Chris Evans is in it. Cillian Murphy's in it. A lot of people you'll recognize as well. But yes, I have seen it. I really love the movie. There was a time there, Carter, where I was just I could not stop listening to the Sunshine soundtrack. And so yeah, if you guys haven't seen Sunshine, it's worth watching. If you've seen Event Horizon, it's kind of similar, but it's better than Event Horizon. Much better. And it's worth it. It's worth it just for the visuals and the tension that the movie builds. But anyway, I appreciate the channel support this evening, Carter. And Vince Wynn, the guy who says good, our first catch of the day. Right before he gets what is that character's name? Good, our first catch of the day. Linux? Samuel Linux. I don't think I've ever known that. Sir, rebel ships are coming into our sector. Good, our first... I know you're being facetious here, Vince. I don't think I've ever looked up that character's name before. Or that line of dialogue. It's funny how you can just hear the delivery in your brain, right? Good, our first catch of the day. Samuel Lennox was a human male who hailed from a long line of military men. Lennox began his career as a naval officer for the Galactic Empire with a noble, proud philosophy. Similar to that of his ancestors, he hated the deception and ruthlessness that were commonplace in the New Order. When the Empire became embroiled in galaxy-spanning conflict with the Alliance to restore the Republic, Lennox found himself caught between both sides. Oh, he's kind of a... Greed on the rebellion as a big... Oh, he's kind of like torn. Oh, man. Wow. So deep. Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. And Caleb Kemp. Probably, Caleb says Anakin Skywalker, which, if I had to guess, is probably a huge character in the majority of people, perhaps. Their favorite character, I would say. But no, it's Lennox is his last name. So yeah, I completely understand, Caleb, why Anakin would be your favorite character, especially, watching the Clone Wars and just all the context that you have with that character. It makes complete sense why, Anakin Skywalker would be a ton of people's favorite character. The ups and downs with him that you get to go along with as you watch him in various episodes and movies and stuff like that. So, no, I completely understand that. Not my favorite character, but I completely understand why Anakin would be a ton of people's favorite character, you know. But I appreciate that, Caleb. And Gary McMillan, Captain Spock. Oh, hell yeah. Gary. You joke, Gary, but I actually wrote a script today about my love for Star Trek. And I talk about my favorite episodes, my least favorite episodes, why I love The Next Generation. I actually wrote maybe like a 5-minute long script on why I love Star Trek. Just getting pumped up for the Picard series. I actually have a Picard print in the mail. Should be here tomorrow. The video, Gary, the video that I'm making about Star Trek, I'm actually going to be wearing my my captain's Star Trek costume that I have, and my Stormtrooper helmet. It's gonna be a weird one, but anyway, I appreciate that, man. And A3, thank you so much for the channel support as well this evening, Captain Nita. I respect to a man who can apologize. Apologies accepted, Captain Nita. That wasn't very good. Apologies accepted. Yeah. Apologize and then die. Just be honest, man. Come on, Nita. Just be honest. He's not. If you'll be honest, Vader won't hurt you. I promise. Vader likes a man who's honest. If you fess up to your mistakes, he's not gonna hurt you. Okay? Just come clean. You know, he appreciates honesty. Dead. I dig it. But apologies accepted, Captain Nita. Let's see, Captain Nita. His first name is Lorth. Lorth. Lorth Nita. Let's read the first few sentences of his biography here. Lorth Nita was a human male who served as a lieutenant commander of a Carrack-class light cruiser and later captain of the Imperial Star Destroyer Avenger, a ship assigned during the Battle of Hoth. In the midst of the battle, Nita successfully engaged several fleeing but it was his pursuit of one Captain Han. Is that basically the extent of his background? The Clone Wars era. Human male to Coruscant, the Clone Wars planet massive armada kidnapped Supreme. Wait. Oh, is he in the Clone Wars? No, of course he is. He is part of the Battle of Coruscant, in which Separatist Grievous attacked the planet in a massive armada and kidnapped Supreme. Okay. Of course he is. Maybe I've already seen that episode, actually. Wait, is he? No, he's not. Oh, weird. Graphic novel. Or maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway. Yeah, I always end up going down these rabbit holes, Cole. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Vince Wynn, once again, on a serious note, it's kind of crazy how fast Mando has climbed the list of my favorite characters. Known him for less than a year and love the guy. Yeah, I think there's been a pretty decent amount of development in the first season for sure. I think the second season will probably grow that even more. I think they're just laying the seeds, the foundation of what the character is going to grow into, and from the first season to the second season. So, what started as kind of this ruthless, what we assume to be this ruthless, like, in it for the money, kind of whatever goes, you know what I mean, bounty hunter, ends up having a little soft spot because he kind of sees himself in the kid, right? A foundling, no parents, nobody to take after or look after him, and I think he feels a little bit of responsibility. And I love the more we learn about the character, the backstory, especially the flashbacks that were in the last episode, I think. We see the Mando swoop in and pick him up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's a great character. He's still pretty reserved, but I think in the second season, he'll open up quite a bit. I would think, and we'll probably be returning to certain planets and certain characters. I think, like I said, a lot of the foundation was laid for the first season of what's to come. You know, I'm sure there'll be a decent amount of recurring characters. But yeah. Anyway, Vince, I appreciate that, man. And Bick Mitchum, thank you so much, man. Good to see ya. Kyle Katarn. The extent of what I know about Kyle Katarn is literally from the first Dark Forces game. Does he appear in any other games? Actually, I'm very curious. To tell you the truth, I don't know this Bick. Oh, it looks like he does. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, he appears in a shitload of stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, honestly, I believe all that I know about him is from the first Dark Forces game, Bick. So, wow, he is in a lot of things. Legacy of the Force of these comics and books and stuff like that. Interesting. Yeah. So, yep. The extent of what I know about Kyle Katarn comes from my extensive playthrough and playthroughs over the decades of Dark Forces that came out in 1995. Mini games. Yeah, dude, Vic, I had no idea that he was present in so much stuff. Empire at War, he has a non-canonical appearance. Interesting. Well, it's all non-canonical now, but Galactic Battlegrounds mentioned, Clone Wars Adventure mentioned, Lethal Alliance, Dark Force. What's the Lethal Alliance? Interactive board game, Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight audio drama, Mysteries of the Sith, Jedi Outcast. Interesting. All right. Yeah, like literally all I know, Bick, is about Dark Forces, and even in the first Dark Forces game, there's really not much known about his character, or at least not much. The main purpose of the first game wasn't necessarily to show you a lot about Kyle Katarn's character, I guess. There were some cutscenes there that just kind of kicked you into the action. Little dashes of information that you needed to know, but yeah, interesting. Dude, there's so many Star Wars games that I need to play that I've never touched. I blame Ultima Online and Counter-Strike for all that. But yeah. Anyway, Bick, good to see you, man. I hope everything's going well for you. And I appreciate the channel support this evening. And Obsworth, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. Where'd it go? Okay, Obsworth says Luke Skywalker and Kanan Jarrus. Great arcs. So, I really enjoyed... See, I've only seen the first season of Rebels, but I did really enjoy... really all the characters in that show. There weren't any that kind of stuck out to me as being, I guess, less than the others, or any that were annoying or whatnot. But so I've only seen the first season of Kanan. I kind of know what happens to him just by the virtue of being a Star Wars fan and having so much crap in the periphery constantly. You know, it's very hard to stay spoiler free after a show has ended so long ago, you know. But yeah, I mean, I can 100% say Luke. I have two favorite characters, Obsworth. Luke and Han. And, you know, I love Ahsoka. There's so many, I love Rey and all these other characters and Poe, but it's very, very difficult for me to wipe my nostalgia goggles clean and not say that Han and Luke are my all-time favorite Star Wars characters, because they are, you know. Luke is the guy that you relate to, right, Obsworth? Luke Skywalker dreams of a life outside of the life that has been put on him through external means. His uncle wants him to tend the harvest, but he dreams of great adventure, and what kid can't relate to that, right? And he fails, and he picks himself up multiple times. And then you have Han Solo, who is just kind of like the embodiment of, I don't know, he's of what you want to be as a kid, right? Or what you think you want to be. He's a caricature almost. He's kind of like Indiana Jones, you know? Indiana Jones, you want to be Indiana Jones when you were a kid because he carries around a whip and he has a cool hat and he kicks some ass, right? That's why you want to be Indiana Jones. He's not like, no, I mean, I'm sure there were some kids who wanted to be an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones, but the vast majority of people that wanted to be Indiana Jones wanted to do it because they were kicking Nazis' ass. So Han is just kind of the smooth, suave, cantina patron. He's the cowboy, But no, Obsworth. I appreciate that, man, and I definitely need to catch up on Rebels because I missed out on a lot of great stuff, apparently. I just could not keep up with it. Life. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Titan BP, my favorite character is always Luke Skywalker. I always felt like that kid looking out in the binary sunset, wanting something more from his life. Yeah, as I said, Titan. As I said, I think everybody can kind of relate to that. Are we looking into it a little deeper than maybe was intended? Maybe, but I don't think so. He's that kid who he dreams of adventure, wants to go off the beaten path, wants, he has these obligations and these responsibilities, and he's being responsible. If what happened to Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen didn't happen, would he have stayed? Probably. He probably would have stayed. Harvested the field or the harvest, and probably would have been a responsible kid. But he was called to adventure, through kind of extreme means, I suppose. But yeah, I think Titan, I think every young person can kind of relate to Luke in that way, right? Struggling with the path you want to take, what you want to become, what you want to do. And then most people never figure it out. Nobody figures this shit out, right? But yeah, Titan BP. I appreciate it, man. My favorites are the ones that fly now. I love prequel memes, sequel memes. Might as well be. Corbin, Majaya, thank you so much, man. My favorite is Hondo Anaka from the Clone Wars specifically. He felt a little off in Rebels, but regardless, he's just the greatest in the Clone Wars. Yeah, he's definitely fun to watch in the Clone Wars. I don't think I've seen the last of him. I'm pretty. I only have like season 6 to watch and a couple episodes of season 5, so I don't necessarily know if I've seen the last of him in the Clone Wars. I don't want to be spoiled. I honestly don't remember. Man, I honestly don't remember where I last saw him. But yeah, he's definitely fun to watch. He's kind of like he's the lovable bad guy who you kind of start to really like, and then he kind of turns around, and it's just kind of a really interesting dynamic that he has with a lot of the characters. I have not seen him in Rebels. I don't think. I don't believe I've seen him. I don't believe I've seen him in Rebels. I've only seen the first season of Rebels, but yeah, I can hear his voice. I like him as a character. I saw him on the Millennium Falcon ride at Galaxy's Edge. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Corbin. Oh, man. Let's see. All right, there we go. Hondo. Cool. Brian Boardwell, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening as well. Ahsoka after Vader by just a hair for me. Still holding out hope they add her to Battlefront 2. That's, if I had to choose a character to add to the game, it would probably be Ahsoka. More so out of curiosity how they would, how they would portray her in the game, The game really does. Oh, one sec.
Vader, but man, Ben, Kylo Ren is just such a complex, well-written character. You really feel for him and the expectations that lay upon him. Adam Driver's performance is crazy.
Jamie, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Couldn't agree more. Give me one sec. But yeah, Brian, I'm very curious because, every character in the game, they try to get as realistic and photorealistic as possible with the actors that portrayed them. But with how would they do it with Ahsoka? Would she be relatively cartoony? Would they try to make her a realistic depiction of, as realistic as possible, of Ahsoka? But no, I think if you polled everybody and asked what character they wanted in the game, I think the majority would say Ahsoka. I can't really think of another character that a lot of people would want. I mean, they have Grievous. Grievous got added to the game. There's been quite a bit of characters. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Whoa, it didn't pop up on my screen, Sapity. I don't know what the hell happened there. Sapity, are you here, or was that an automatic thing? Are you here, Sapity? But Sapity, if you are here, man, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet once again. I don't know if that was an automatic update. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen, if that's the case. But dude, you know the rules. You know everything about the fleet. Sapity, thank you so much for once again re-upping and becoming a member of the fleet, man. I appreciate the ever-living hell out of it. If you're not here, I'm going to have to look into why that popped up like that. If you are here, thank you so much, man. Welcome to the fleet once again. I hope you're having a good one, Sapity. All right. But yeah, Brian, I get why people, love Ahsoka. I get why people's favorite character is Ahsoka. She's my favorite character in the Clone Wars, for sure. Like, Clone Wars exclusive character that was first popped up on the Clone Wars, yes. Obviously, I like Obi-Wan. I like, Anakin. But Ahsoka has been really fun to watch evolve. She started as kind of, a kid. She was always, it's hilarious to me to go back and look at some, forum posts from 2008, people reacting to Ahsoka, because goddamn, people did not like her back in the day. And I understand why, I get it, but, over the seasons, she's become a pretty steadfast strategist, tactician, has kind of grown to have a good head on her shoulders, sees bullshit, and she's been fun to watch for sure. So I completely understand why, a lot of people's favorite character is Ahsoka, 100%. But I appreciate that, man. And play it in the background. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Favorite canon character, Ahsoka Tano. Favorite legends, Captain Palion? I don't know if... Let me see. Also, can we get some love for Captain Rex and Domino Squad? Love your vids, man. Well, I appreciate that background. Captain... I'm not too sure if I'm familiar. Let's see. Have I seen this guy in anything? Oh, Treason, Thrawn Treason. You said Legends, though. Oh, they carried him over from canon. I see. Man, the Wikipedia entries always sometimes confuse me there. They carried him over from Legends. I see. So where's his first appearance? Heir to the Empire. Okay. I read Heir to the Empire when I got it at a book fair when I was like in elementary school. That's the last time I read that book. I was, probably, I don't even know, man. It was probably like 96, 95. That's the last time I read that book. Do I remember much of it? No, I don't. But yeah, interesting. Not familiar with this guy. And I haven't read Thrawn Treason yet. I've only read the first Thrawn book, and apparently in the new canon, and apparently that's the only one he appears in. So yeah. Oh, also Rebels. Okay. But yeah, anyway, background, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Rex is great, and Domino Squad, fantastic. Domino Squad is still, I think, my favorite arc, just because of the uniqueness and how unexpected it was to see clones kind of have individual personalities and whatnot. And Rex has been just a really great character to kind of follow as well, because, you know, he... Well, if you would have told me before I started watching the Clone Wars that I would enjoy the clones so much, I wouldn't even really known how to process that, because before I started watching the Clone Wars, you know, you just think clones, and I assume they would all have their helmets on, and it just like... there would be cannon fodder, and the story would basically be about Anakin and Obi-Wan and, you know, this character named Ahsoka who I knew nothing about. And then to discover that so much of the Clone Wars has to do with the individual soldiers and the clones themselves was a really pleasant surprise. And some of my favorite arcs just involve clones, you know, Domino Squad, the Umbara arc, a lot of those. Whenever the clones are being individuals and kind of working together as units, it's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that. Let's see. And Mr. Skullface Garcia, I appreciate that, man. Obi-Wan is my favorite character. I just love that dude. I'll assume Clone Wars prequel era Obi-Wan. That's kind of where all of the Obi-Wan content is, right? Obi-Wan's my favorite character in the prequels just because of Ewan McGregor, really. He does a good job, I guess. But yeah, I like Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars especially because you kind of see him, he's very measured. He kind of understands, especially the arc that I'm watching right now. He understands the what is he? Ahsoka trained Saul. That's the arc. He understands the kind of the potential negative ramifications of what they're doing right now, meddling in the affairs of Onderon and trying to start a proxy war. Not trying to get pulled into a full-scale war, but they are really kind of waging a proxy war by training these troops and stuff like that, trying to overthrow a government that was ultimately overthrown, and they're utilizing these kind of guerrilla warfare and insurgency tactics. And Obi-Wan is very kind of not cool with it. He doesn't like these. He calls it terrorism. I like kind of Obi-Wan is often the voice of reason sometimes, and he's kind of the measured thinker out of the bunch. And he doesn't have knee-jerk reactions, and that's kind of the yin and yang of him and Anakin, So, yeah, I completely understand why, Obi-Wan is your favorite character. I completely get it. He's been in a lot, that's for sure. And you've seen him kind of evolve, and then you got Alec Guinness. Beautiful, beautiful Alec Guinness. Can't get enough. That's when I think of Obi-Wan, I still can't get just Alec Guinness out of my head. I know most people's Obi-Wan is Ewan McGregor. Completely get it. But when I think of Obi-Wan, I think of, following, what does he say? Following some damn idealistic fool. No. What is the quote? Some damn idealistic some damn fool. Let's see. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idealistic crusade like your father did. Love it. Love it. Anyway. Let's see. Where was I? Nick H, thank you so much, man. It's hard to choose one favorite, but Han is so great. Yeah, I think Han is my favorite character. Just with the nostalgia goggles on, man, it's hard for me to beat Han. Growing up, you know, I pretended, you know, a tree branch was a DL-44 more than I did a lightsaber. You know, I always... I'm sure a lot of kids played Jedi. I always played Smuggler. I played Han Solo, you know. Han is my favorite character, I would say. And I liked what they did with him in canon with, like, Last Shot and Bloodline and stuff like that. You know, Han and Leia, in Bloodline especially, you know, they were kind of... They could not get out of their old mindsets. Sure, they were parents, but you could see like a glimmer of what used to be in both of their characters. And Han just kind of continuously got pulled away and had this like restless feeling. And Leia always wanted to be in some form of leadership or trying to make a difference. And then here Kylo or Ben was oftentimes being taken care of by a droid. I really liked kind of the way they made Han in canon. But yeah, anyway. I'm with you, man. I appreciate that. And Jamie Lee Claus. I used to say Anakin/Vader, but man, Ben/Kylo is just such a complex, well-written character. You really feel for him and the expectations that lay upon him. Adam Driver's performance is crazy. Oh yeah, Jamie, Adam Driver, Adam Driver is, I think, easily the best actor Star Wars has ever had. I mean, god damn, you watch him in other stuff, man. I think he's by far the best actor that Star Wars has ever had. And yeah, I really enjoyed Kylo. He's one of the more complex villains that we've had in Star Wars. As you said, trying to live up to expectations, or the expectations that are in his own head. You know, nobody expects any of this out of Kylo Ren, out of Ben Solo, but I don't know, he can't get it out of his head, I suppose. And there was a lot of manipulation there, apparently. Manipulation that is, I guess, in some comics that I haven't read, and I don't know if I'm going to read. You guys know me, I'm not much of a comic reader, but I'm sure I'll hear the stories and whatnot in the periphery of what happened with him and Luke and the falling out and the Knights of Ren and Snoke and all this shit. That would have been fun to have a little bit of back knowledge of in the films, but yeah, when it comes to Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and I even liked the whole Ben Solo in The Rise of Skywalker as well, but specifically in The Last Jedi, man, I thought Kylo Ren was, you saw a very empathetic side of him, and you could kind of, I don't know, sympathize with him as Rey did. The connection that they have. I thought Kylo Ren is without a doubt one of the best villains in Star Wars, portrayed by Adam Driver, who is without a doubt the best actor Star Wars has ever had. So yeah. Oh dude, I clapped when I saw it. Don't take Red Letter Media's shit. Red Letter Media is my favorite channel too, man. I'm not being facetious there. It is my favorite. But Deckard, I'm an equal Star Trek The Next Generation fan. Go eat some ass, Deckard. Welcome to the HelloGreedo YouTube channel. Everybody's nice here. Alright, Sapity once again, thanks man. And Jared Montauk, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I also have mixed feelings about The Rise of Skywalker. Overall, I enjoy it. What parts do you really enjoy? I love the Rey-Ben dynamic and new ability of force healing. Yeah, so I'm pretty 50-50 split with The Rise of Skywalker. I think I disliked it more than I liked it. I will say that. the things that I liked, like you, were the Rey and Ben dynamic. That's really the only stuff that I enjoyed. I thought the idea to bring back Palpatine was one of the most unimaginative, boring-ass things they could have ever done. But The Last Jedi didn't leave with anything. That's stupid. That's dumb. They're writers, they're creators. That's what they do. They continue stories. That you had years to come up with an idea. Even internally in the film's universe, you had a couple years to figure out what to do. That wasn't bringing back Palpatine. So no, there's a lot of The Rise of Skywalker that is just nothing to me. Like you said, the stuff that I enjoyed was the Rey and Ben dynamic. And that's really about it. Most of the other stuff kind of fell flat to me. I never really felt that much chemistry from our heroes, I mean, to tell you the truth, man, the most chemistry I ever felt with our heroes, not between Rey and Kylo, but the most chemistry I felt in The Rise of Skywalker was between Zori Bliss and Poe. Those were the two characters that I thought had the best chemistry in the movie. And that's kind of weird because they weren't together very much. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm pretty 50-50 split on it. Like I said, I disliked it a lot more than I liked it, I would say. It felt... I could talk about it so long, but I would just continue to go down like a negative spiral. It just kind of, it felt like a big generic nothing to me. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. It's I'm definitely in the minority when it comes to at least the I don't know, the audience scores that I've seen, But hey. Obi-Wan Kenobi. There you go, Paul. Joker was movie of the year last year. I still haven't seen it. I saw it available to rent. I'll probably just end up doing that. I don't know, maybe this weekend. I watched Ad Astra a couple weekends ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, man. Kept me thinking for a while. Joker is one that I'm going to definitely rent. I'm going to say this weekend, maybe me and my wife will watch it. But I've never... Do you guys have... I have an Android phone, a Google Pixel. And I'm assuming every phone has this, but there's an app that is rewards, and on the Google Play Store, they ask you survey questions, right? So like this is kind of creepy, because if you leave like Publix or a grocery store, it'll ask you a question like, did you go to Publix? Do you have your receipt? Yes. Take a picture of it. Here's $1. They'll give you like $1, right? So I have like $10 in Google Play balance, and that's how I've been renting movies. It's just, I don't know. It's weird, man. Just been renting movies by answering like, does this video thumbnail appeal to you? No. Here's 30 cents. I don't know. So I'm excited to see it, man. I really, just for Joaquin Phoenix's performance, I think everything I've ever seen him in is fantastic. There was that fake like documentary thing that was so ridiculous. What's his name? Casey Affleck directed that, right? Joaquin Phoenix documentary. I'm Still Here. That's right. I watched that. Why did I watch that? Was it Casey? Yeah, it was Casey Affleck, and he wrote it too. I need to look into what the hell this documentary was all about. I don't even remember what it was. He was rapping or some shit? I have to watch this. Again, just and hear the story of it. Or is this a hoax of a hoax? I don't know. Weird. Okay. Anyway. Sear Smash Channel, thank you so much, man. I completely missed the sound effect there. Sear Smash Channel, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Love your channel, helping me through a rough time. Law school, failed some classes, have to bust ass or get kicked out. Well, don't do the latter, man. Bust ass. Bust ass. Favorite character is Luke. His depression in the Thrawn trilogy is speaking to me. Interesting. I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. I know I only read Heir to the Empire, but like I said, I was probably 12 when I read it. So I would love to go back, or at least kind of have a broad recap of what happened. I still have the book. It's in a box in the garage. After the move, our garage still has all of our boxes of books, and I don't want to put them out. I don't. It just takes up space, right? Why am I talking about this? Anyway, dude, yeah, bust ass, man. Don't get kicked out. Yeah, that's something that, that's something a lot of us have been there, dropped out, didn't finish something. You always look back and you go, why didn't I just do it? Why didn't I just bust ass, get that shit done? And it's something that you'll always look back on and wonder, why didn't I just finish it? Why couldn't I have just been responsible and buckled down and done it? So yeah, Sear, please don't get kicked out. It's cool. You failed some classes. Don't let it get you down. Fuck it. Put that beside you, put that behind you, and just learn from your mistakes, right? But don't get kicked out. Don't get kicked out. That's, that is when you get kicked out, or you have to go down another path, and maybe the next path would suit you just fine, but buckle down, bust ass, get that shit done, man. Get it done. Yeah, get it done, man. I do not want you to come back on this channel and say I got kicked out. I will put my hand through this goddamn microphone. But yeah, man, just just realize that that's where you are. I mean, I'm trust me, I'm not one to speak. I'm not one to speak. I went to college in 2006. Graduated from high school in 2004. I went to college in 2005 for criminal justice. Didn't hold my interest. I didn't have the maturity, to finish. Then went to a tech school in 2006. One sec.
In return, Earth is so small and Star Wars has an entire galaxy of possibilities. Anakin would be my favorite. Care for his troops, friends, but also clearly human flaws / mistakes.
Rich W3, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, give me one sec, guys. Yeah, Sear, I like I said, I'm not one to speak. I'm just telling you from personal experience, looking back and wishing I would have finished these things, right? Graduated high school 2004. 2005, college, criminal justice. I was an idiot. I was like 19 years old, dummy. Then I went to a tech school for computer animation. I had fun, but I had too much fun, and ultimately dropped out in 2007 and then enlisted into the military. And that was the biggest thing I could have ever done in my life. I needed it. I needed that structure and discipline. But looking back, man, I want to smack that 18, 19-year-old idiot from 2006 and be like, you idiot, just finish it. This is you like doing this stuff, right? You're here for a reason. Just finish it. So, yeah, not one to speak, but one to speak of experience. So smear. Smear. I combined sear and smash to smear. Sear, buckle down, man. Get that shit done. And then you won't have any regrets. You just get that shit done. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much as well. If you could own a car from a movie, which would it be? Batmobile's too obvious, so I'll pick Mad Max's Interceptor. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. To tell you the truth, what movie was it in? It's oh God, that's what movie? Okay. Yeah, shit. The car is a Jeep Wagoneer, so I guess it doesn't really matter what movie it's from. What movie am I thinking of? I'm looking at a well, oh, here, how about this? Jeep Wagoneer in movie. Oh wow, the Jeep Wagoneer is in a lot of movies. Huh. I mean, to me, the obvious answer, Vince, would have been a DeLorean. I like, obviously, DeLorean would have been awesome to own. Oh, okay. Jeep Wagoneer was in The Wolf of Wall Street. And Hannibal. Weapons of Mass Destruction. True Justice. Godzilla. I don't know. I've just the X-Files. I've just always loved the Jeep Wagoneer, man, for whatever reason. Why did that come to my mind? The obvious answer is a DeLorean, Vince. That's my answer. Sticking to it. Just because there is nobody in the world who would see a DeLorean driving down the street and not go, holy shit, that's a DeLorean. They don't make them. They only made a very, very limited amount of them. It's such a unique car. So yeah, I think that would be my go-to. What else? I'm trying to think. What else? Honestly, like the car from Christmas Vacation would be awesome. I don't even know. Christmas Vacation car. It's like a big station wagon, isn't it? I love those kind of cars, man. I love, Christmas Vacation car. I would take that. Some wood paneling on the side. And the Wagoneer is similar, I suppose, but I don't know why, man. How about no. All right, here, DeLorean or the Ghostbusters hearse. One of those two, Vince. Ghostbusters hearse or a DeLorean. And I'd probably lean towards a DeLorean. But yeah. Anyway. I'm sure I'll change my mind. I appreciate that, Vince. Enrich W3, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Agree with you on Palpatine Return. Earth is so small and Star Wars has an entire galaxy of possibilities. Anakin would be my favorite. Care for his troops, friends, but also clearly human flaws / mistakes. Yeah, that's Rich. Like, you kind of that echo a sentiment that I've always said. Whenever we, not just Palpatine, but whenever Star Wars kind of rehashes old characters, resurrects old characters, brings them back, Maul, Fett, Palpatine now. There's constantly rumors forever and ever that there's going to be a Mace Windu something. Why? Like you said, man, it makes the universe feel small. I don't understand why people continuously want the same characters over and over and over and over and over and over. Doesn't interest me, So, but yeah, Rich, I completely understand, especially with the Clone Wars, why people love Anakin as a character. To me, that's where the biggest development of Anakin is. Not so much with the prequels, but if you kind of put the two of them together, it's kind of a nice package. So yeah, Anakin is a pretty great character when you lump the Clone Wars in there for sure. Care for his troops, friends, but also clearly human flaws / mistakes. I also like how through the Clone Wars, you can kind of see the buildup of him, I guess, going against orders or kind of going and doing his own thing and not really following what is expected of him in a way. You can kind of see the seeds being planted of Anakin the rule breaker, Anakin, he's kind of hard to kind of pin down and make him listen and follow the rules and the kind of the tactics that are expected. He often does his own thing, you know, and I kind of like seeing that because it's definitely planting the seed of what's to come with him, you know. So, but yeah, Rich, I appreciate that, man. And I agree. And Jake O'Rear, thank you so much as well. Love your channel and love what you do. Keep making me feel cool for liking Star Wars, smiley face. Well, it's not about feeling cool. You like what you like, right? I guess there was a time back in the day where what changed? What changed? Did, like, superhero movies exploding kind of changed the entire culture where this kind of stuff is awesome? I mean, everybody's always liked Star Wars, right? I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, I appreciate the kind words, man. That means more than anything. You know, when you get something out of the silly nonsense that I make and talk about. And you know, I don't upload often, maybe a couple times a week, not counting these streams. So whenever somebody kind of gets something out of the channel, and you know, that's all I could ever ask for. So I appreciate the hell out of that, Jake. And I will keep making you feel cool for liking Star Wars. Yeah, dude, you don't need well, yeah. If you liked knitting, feel cool. Whatever, you know. If you like, I don't know, baking cakes, feel cool. If you like collecting coins, feel cool, you know. Just feel cool, man. Whatever you're into. Feel cool. But I appreciate that, man. And Sear Smash channel, once again, thank you so much for the channel support. Amen, brother. Not going down without a fight. I want to be able to support a family, which, by the way, congrats on being a father. God bless your family. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. It's the biggest life-changing thing in the history of life, Sear. Being a dad. She's going to be 2 in April. And I never understood how fast time flies until I had a kid. Like, dude, it feels like yesterday I was in the hospital and she was born. You know, it doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and fit. Yeah, I'm glad you said you're not going down without a fight. The fight is yours. You know, it's an internal struggle. You know you can do it. You know you can do it. You just got some speed bumps to go over. That's all, right? They're just speed bumps. The fight is internally, and you got to push. You know, just got to stick with it and do what you got to do.
Movie
but
recommendations for everybody by decade: 1930s, Captain Blood; 1940s, To Be or Not to Be; 1950s, A Face in the Crowd; 1960s, High and Low; 1970s, Network; 1980s, Blowout; 1990s, Ed Wood; 2000s, Collateral; 2010s, Chef.
That is a cool idea for a video, Vince. Decade movie suggestions. Give me one sec. But yes, here. I don't think when you finish law school, you will have no problem supporting a family. And if that's your motivation, which is a great motivation, kick some ass, man, and get it done. But yeah, if you ever want to hop on here and have me scold you and tell you to get shit done, feel free. But I appreciate that, man. And Vince Wynn, I really like the idea of making a video like this, Vince. So Vince says, well, first of all, thank you so much for the ridiculously generous super chat this evening. Vince says, movie recommendations for everybody by decade. I'm going to look these up as we go, Vince. 1930s Captain Blood. Never saw this. Let's see. Captain Blood. Okay. Recognize anybody? Never saw it. Okay. Errol Flynn, of course. Everybody knows him. Interesting. I've never seen that. Okay, I'll keep that up there. There were a few in there that I have seen, but let me see. What's next? 1940s To Be or Not to Be. To Be or Not to Be. 1942. Okay. Jack Benny. I don't think I've ever seen... Nope, never seen this either. I don't think. Nope, definitely have not seen this. A complex and timely satire with as much darkness as slapstick. Okay. Me and my wife like watching older movies, but so far we haven't seen either of these. I'm sure she hasn't either. Let's see. What's for the 50s? A Face in the Crowd. A Face in the Crowd. Oh, I feel like I've seen this, or shit, I feel like I've seen this out of curiosity because Andy Griffith was... I don't know if I've seen this or not, or if I've just seen a bunch of clips of it, Vince, A Face in the Crowd. I remember hearing about this maybe when I was in college or something like that, the third time, and being curious because of Andy Griffith being in it. So I don't know if I've seen that in its entirety or just clips. All right, so what's the 60s? Let's see. High and Low. 1963. It's a Kurosawa movie. Nope, I know for a fact I've never seen this. All right. Got that pulled up. Unforgettable, wealthy industry. Nope, never seen that. What's in the 70s? Let's see. Network. Yep, I've seen Network. Everybody's probably seen the most famous scene from Network, right? I'm mad as hell. Or, I can't even remember the quotes. We're mad as hell, we're not going to take it anymore, right? Is that what it's saying? Yeah, I'm sure most people have seen that scene. So, yep, I've seen Network. Let's see. What was I'm Still Here? That's that. Network. What was the 1980s blowout? 1981. All right, let's see. Nope, never seen this. Brian De Palma. Oh, that's John Travolta. Nope, never seen this. Blowout. All right, save that. I've only seen one so far on this list. 1990s Ed Wood. Never seen it. I have always wanted to. I know for a fact I've never seen that. In 2000s Collateral. I have seen Collateral. Wait, is that Collateral movie? Yes, I've seen Collateral. Forgot that movie existed. Wow. Okay. That's your recommendation for the 90s? Or, I mean, the 2000s? Interesting. And then Chef. I've never seen Chef. So, literally, I've only seen 1, 2 out of all the movies that you've listed. Interesting. So, yeah, I've only seen 2. That's crazy. That's a lot of movies. But, yeah, so I've always wanted to see Ed Wood. And Chef, I've wanted to as well. Got a little Jon Favreau in there, right? But anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. I got them all saved. And Sear Smash Channel, thank you so much. Once again, man, which character from the prequels did you say has improved the most due to Clone Wars? For me, it's Anakin. I can see Vader and Luke him. No question about it, Sear. I am 100% in agreement. You know, Obi-Wan is kind of the same Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars as he is in the prequel, the movies. And, you know, same with Mace Windu and a lot of the other kind of Jedi Council characters, and even Palpatine, you know, kind of. But with Anakin, there's a lot more development with his character compared to when you watch him in the prequels. I think that is the biggest kind of example of what you're speaking of, you know. So, you know, before I started watching the Clone Wars, Anakin was Anakin. People made fun of him, right? I made fun of him a lot in the movie. The portrayal, the dialogue, everything. But with the Clone Wars, the TV show, I like seeing how he's kind of a rule breaker. You see it more and more and more as the show goes on. His relationship with Ahsoka and the other clones is fantastic to watch. I really like, you know, sometimes they butt heads, but there's often wisdom exchanged. Anakin learns a little bit, Ahsoka learns a little bit. So yeah, watching Anakin in the Clone Wars is such a better experience than watching Anakin in the prequels. And granted, you know, they have more time to let the character flesh out in the show compared to the prequels, but that's not an excuse, right? So, yeah, I could not agree with you more, Seer. Anakin in the Clone Wars is made better because of the Clone Wars than in the prequels, for sure. So, everybody else that I can think of is relatively the same, you know, for the most part. But Anakin, you kind of see, I don't even know, more maturity from him at times, but also kind of the planting of the seeds of being a rule breaker and not necessarily going along with the program all the time, and kind of, yeah, I don't know. His character is made much better by the show. So, yeah. Anyway. Cool. So, yeah, that was an hour and 7 minutes of an hour-long podcast. Might as well be a podcast, right? So, yeah, I've been doing such long streams lately, I'm going to keep this to an hour. I think the last few I've done have been like 2 hours long. So, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to make some popcorn and watch something on the old couch with the wife. Will you finish the series in time? Yep. I'm probably gonna do one more video on the last episode in the Ahsoka Trains Saw arc, and then I'm literally going to wake up at 4 a.m. as I do, and just watch the rest of the show without writing a single word or sentence. And just watch it in its entirety, and then make an entire... I'm probably going to have to make a video called, like, yes, I finished the Clone Wars, you know what I mean? And talk about, like, 6 arcs in one chunk. So, yeah, I will finish it. But the videos that I make will definitely be different, because it's probably just going to end up being one giant video that culminates all the 20 episodes that I have left to watch. So, anyway, guys... I appreciate everybody hanging out with me this evening. I will be doing a stream tomorrow night. It will probably be a 2-hour-long stream tomorrow night, because my wife watches that This Is Us show. So I will hop on at, like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8 to 10 maybe. We'll shoot for that. Do a little stream action there. So, all right. Oh, Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the popcorn, man. Cheers. You know what I like, man. You got like 4 tablespoons of butter. You cut about 4 tablespoons up of butter from a stick of butter. You throw some vegetable oil in a pot. You put a half a cup of popcorn kernels in the pot. You turn it to like medium heat, and then you throw those 4 tablespoons of butter in the pot and just let it heat up and boil and blah, 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 pop, 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 pop. And you will never eat microwave popcorn again. Old-fashioned popcorn is the way to go. Anyway, I appreciate it, guys. Are you going to stream Battlefront 2 tomorrow night, Pub? Yeah, I could do that. I haven't done that in a while. So I will plan on doing a little bit of Battlefront 2 action tomorrow night, and then cut over to just a regular chat tomorrow night. So maybe an hour of Battlefront and then an hour of chat, or vice versa. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody who supported the channel, thank you so much for the support this evening. I appreciate the hell out of it. The channel survives because of you guys. And yeah, so stream tomorrow night, probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time. And Seer, get your shit done and kick some ass, man. Yeah, you can do it. So, all right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!